Now, in the meantime, we're trying to kind of piece together the timeline of what happened and when it happened, when were things communicated. And the one thing that we know for sure, that is certain, is that the agent either knew the information and didn't share it with us, or she really didn't have the information. But we're not surprised that she didn't have the information because through the course of the transaction, she has been incredibly difficult to get a hold of, very difficult to communicate with, not really passing documentation information back and forth. I mean, it took several emails, several phone calls, several text messages to get her to respond. So, our suspicion, and again, this is our suspicion, is that she wasn't really active in this transaction. She was not engaged in the transaction and communicating things to the other side. And so, with that, we also feel like this transaction fell apart because the buyer really did not know or understand what was going on with this encroachment that we had been working with on resolving. And so there probably was a lot of fear that came into this as to, well, where is this going to go? Am I going to be responsible to dealing with it? Where the answer has always been no, the seller is taking care of it and will be done before closing. But we seem to think that that was not really communicated to the other side. And based on that information or lack of information, they decided to pull out of the contract. Ultimately, we end up receiving the notification letting us know that the contract is being terminated. And of course, we're not surprised at this point because based on everything that has been going on, we suspect that it's exactly what's going to happen. That there's really no saving this transaction, which ended up actually being a better thing for our client because he ended up getting a much better contract, much better terms, deadlines, things like that, and a buyer who seems to be a whole lot more understanding and knowledgeable, possibly, about this situation. And of course, their agent is a whole lot more easier to deal with. I mean, a whole lot more, meaning there is really no comparison. This agent is night and day difference between what we were dealing with previously to what we are dealing with right now. So encroachment issues are being resolved. They We'll see how much longer this will take, but we have a buyer and a seller who are willing to stick through this. Both parties are working towards getting to the closing date. They're very hands on and involved in what's going on and asking questions. And so it seems like this contract will be the one to get to the finish line. We'll see how it goes. And of course, once there are any other updates on this particular closing or encroachment, I will give you information.